Good evening and greetings from California. I hope this evening finds you well. I got a new camera, so forgive me. It's going to take a moment for me to learn how to stop it, how to look into it, but we're going to get it done. I just saw the trailer for I thought my husband's wife was dead with Latoya Luckett and Black China. And you know what? Now we grew up watching Lifetime movies. I grew up watching Lifetime movies. I love a Lifetime movie. I will say, me and my mom, those were our movies. We have bonded over Lifetime movies and Mr. Bean. It used to come on PBS. But I always liked a Lifetime movie. But after being subjected to the terrible Tyler Perry tropes, these movies look like true cinematic experiences for the home. For the home. I gotta say, it looked interesting. The wigs weren't too askew. They're a little askew, but not too askew. But I know I'm gonna sit down and be able to follow the plot from start to finish. I am really looking forward to it. And just after Mea Culpa and Divorce in Black, and there was another one. There was another one that was just awful, but Divorce in Black really didn't make any sense. I mean, at least what was that first one with the wigs? I want to say A Quiet Place, but it isn't that. A Fall from Grace. A Quiet Place, A Fall from Grace. So there was a rhyme there. That was good. That was a good story that had a lot of twists and a lot of turns, and the wigs were funny, but it was a good story. It was a good plot. Lately, it's embarrassing. That jazz band song and dance. Next up, Macy Gray has told us she's been having bad stomach issues and constipation since taking Ozempic. I believe in Ozempic and Wegovy and things that help people lose weight, because losing weight is difficult. I done picked up a pound or two and I'm trying to put them back down. But I want y'all to really look at those side effects. These drugs are new. We know they've been tested, but it's still new. And it seems like Marlo's had issues. A lot of people be having problems. So just make sure you ain't gonna be, losing weight, but stuck on the toilet. And speaking of the toilet, K. Michelle signs a new country music deal. Why? K. Michelle, aren't you like a famous independent artist that like you have a couple different businesses? I wouldn't think you would need a record deal. Maybe it's for distribution. But I feel like you've been yodeling and doing country all this time. Like I've heard K. Michelle doing country and country EP. So I don't know what this journey is. You've been talking about it forever. Just sing the country and shut up. The game is one step closer to losing his house in today's debt news. So according to the blast, according to court documents obtained by All Hip Hop, the balance due on the aforementioned judgment is $6,898,721.99. Rainey and her attorney, Janelle MDs, are asking a judge in order to sell Games Calabasas' home to pay for the debt. They also want to force him into a hearing to present his argument as to why the home shouldn't be seized. They've determined that the property is worth $3,191,375. Even if, let's see. So his argument is, well, the house is only worth half the debt, so he may as well keep it. No, go on and get that house. She been waiting forever. She gonna get that cash. Man, that's why you don't play in court. Now, in interesting news, Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian, founder of Reddit, billionaire in his own right, was mistaken for Serena Williams' umbrella holder. He's a supportive husband. Isn't that like part of the job description? If you ain't gonna hold my umbrella, I ain't got no business being with you. I'm sorry, you always gonna be an umbrella holder. Also, he's taller. We have some wonderful news. Some wonderful news coming out of Bravo. The Real Housewives of New Jersey will be getting all fresh faces next season. The Crones have been fired. I think there's nothing more to tell with Teresa, Melissa, Marge, Black Dolores. None of you girls like each other. None of you are really interesting. Like, your kids are, we've watched you become empty nesters. We've watched you, like you said, you had a baby on the show, you went to jail on the show, you built a house on the show, you got married on the show. Well, we don't want to see you, go to a nursing home on the show, so let some other blood come in. You have told your life story. You've given us 17 years of your life, or 14, and quite frankly, that's enough. That's enough. Time for a new dawning, a new light, a new heifer. And speaking of a new light, LL Cool J wants rappers to quit rapping about money. I think it would definitely be interesting to have rappers rap about food or a genuine affection rather than a genital, because rappers love to go on about a genital, but not an affection. So I would love to see the bar raised, because he's right. It's either money or genitals. There are other things to rap about than money and genitals or violence. And half y'all won't bust a grape, no way. And the other ones that will bust a grape, well, your grape might get bust. And speaking of bust, actress Stacey Dash is reportedly ready to come home and support Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, your face turned into an ankle. We don't need your support. Even though you are a supportive bone system, as an ankle, we don't want or need or require your support. What you can do is send a check and shut up. Send a check and shut up. Send a check and shut up. And speaking of sending checks and shutting up, Tia Teeth Kemp, that's what I'm going to call her, Tia Teeth Kemp, Our Lady of Veneer, our woman of roast, our woman of roast. She wants Rick Ross to pay $200,000 for his son's college education. And, wait, am I still on? Oh. And I imagine he should. Hold on. Now, this camera didn't stop. At least the vocal is still going. At least the vocal is still going. Let me see if we can fix this dang camera. All right. Child, that camera went out like a light. Well, regardless, I think Rick Ross should pay, but Tia, I hope that they're paying you well at Zeus. So even if you have to fight the fat for the finances, you could at least cover your child as need be. Over in Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards is supposedly embarrassed over Mauricio flaunting his new women. Really? But you flaunted your new woman first. Yes, it's the new camera. You flaunted your new woman first, Kyle. You got out here and flaunted your new woman first, and now you want to be upset that Mauricio is also moving on. I don't even believe that. I think if y'all have gone on and gotten separated, you don't care what the other person is doing. Kyle is trying to move on with her lesbian life and lesbian love. And lesbian love. So I don't buy this, but Media Takeout got to have something to print. And speaking of more, we don't know if it's true or not. Hefferly says that she did not invite Apollo and his wife on the cast trip, which is why Phaedras supposedly quit Housewife, Married to Medical. I mean, I could absolutely see Hefferly doing that. I could 150% see Hefferly saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to invite Apollo because, one, she will always do anything to avoid attention on her husband. She does not want people knowing where Damon cheats, how Damon cheats, when he cheats, and who he cheating with. So that's why she's always quick to be on everybody else's marriage so you won't look at her own. But you could tell by that old dusty furniture they got in their bedroom that they ain't fucking and ain't been fucking for years. I don't think she's seen his penis since the last time they conceived a child. Daddy cheating and she let him cheat in peace. So I absolutely believe that Heavenly do that. Also, Heavenly has said when I was on her show, she will do anything to keep the show going and keep the show good. And that, I mean, she booked that. Oh wait, no, she didn't book that trip, but she kept bringing it up. This is where Jackie's husband cheated. This is where Jackie's husband cheated. Jackie and her husband knew that's where her husband cheated. They didn't need to be reminded of that. But okay. But I definitely believe Heavenly did that. And I think that Heavenly doing that while all the scuttlebutt with Kenya Moore happened, where Phaedra was already leaving, it's kind of funny because it's like we'll get to watch her hop from one Bravo show to another. It'll be interesting if we can see her relationship this year rather than just silly pictures of her meeting random people and putting stickers over their faces. Oh my God, news. Prison guard and OnlyFans creator filmed having sex with inmate pleads guilty. Now, I want to know, it's something about rapper dick and prisoner dick that has people going insane. I don't know what is it about incarceration that makes men attractive, because I'm seeing too many stories. Like, I know there is a man shortage, but really we're going to prisons for penis. You get on TikTok, these heifers are waiting outside on release days with packs of hygienic products, t-shirts, and sneakers size 12 and 13 on these men. Something has to be done about this dick shortage. I'm going to talk to Kamala about it because we need to do something. We need a different supply of men if we go into prisons. For OnlyFans content, you can't find a free man that wants to shoot a video with you. You got to get a prison penis pal. I can't. I absolutely cannot. And will not. And let's see. In more Housewife of Atlanta news, Shamea, you in danger, girl. Shamea out here saying that Drew is the biggest liar on Housewives of Atlanta. That is the weakest, most trifling read that I like, girl, if that's what you have to offer, things that we already know, that's like saying the sun rises in the east. That's like saying I'm black. That's like saying days end in Y. We know that Drew lies. Why don't you tell us what she's lying about? Have you uncovered one of her Floridian secrets? Have you uncovered one of her Floridian secrets? We know Drew lies. Drew's lies have been her storyline for the past 2 seasons. We don't believe her marriage. We don't believe her heterosexuality. We don't believe her acting, most of all. Most of all. So I just, Shamea, I'm going to need something more eloquent. Take a class from Tia Kemp. Let Tia teach you how to get Drew together, because Drew needs one of those blood needs. Drew needs to be read down to her central nervous system. Maybe we'll get the truth out of her. And while you're at it, go on and read Phaedra too, because I'm just afraid she's not going to bring shit back to Atlanta. She ain't got no man. I don't care about you. Like, I'm glad you have your kids, but that is not a plot line. These kids, and honestly, the kids on the Housewives really don't seem to want to be there. Like, whether it's like Brooks wants to be there, but don't nobody want to look at him. Gia wants to be there, don't nobody want to look at her. And Candy's daughter, she gave us Eeyore for 13 years. She was like, I don't want to look at this camera. I don't want to be bothered. Get these people out my house and take Todd with them. And tell Todd to take you with them. So I'm going to need something better, Shamea, something more interesting. And I guess, oh, Lord. I mean, I want y'all in the comments to just put what you think Phaedra's going to offer. I was going to have an open forum about it, but it's Phaedra. There ain't shit to say. So on that note, these were the top stories from this bottom. So I'm going to see y'all soon for something.